Now we're all on. I
Amazing.
just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Albert from Gold Coast Credit Services. That's Seth. He's also with Gold Coast Credit Services.
Yeah. Hello. One
This is
second. Hi, just want to
Doris.
introduce myself. Hi, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm trying to share this video with my followers.
Sure.
So just give me a minute to see if I can figure this out, but we should be okay. All right. Never mind. I will just reshare it,
Sure.
but
Take no rush.
Okay. So so I want to start by saying, well, my name is Doris Gutierrez, and I'm coming here not only as part of the Gold Coast Credit Services team, but also as a personal experience that I've had with you guys that has been amazing. And I want you guys to kind of like just answer questions that me as a mortgage lender, I get a lot of questions about credit repair, clients that don't qualify currently, and we need to do some things to make the credit better. So tell me how you guys do this process and what makes you guys different.
Sure. So we're doing this for 15 years. You could look us up online at Gold Coast Credit. You could Google it. We have a couple offices. We have an office in Manhattan. We have an office in Great Neck. It'll probably come up on the Great Neck. We have Google reviews there. That's who we are. We're doing this, like I said again, and the difference between us and companies is we take a more personal care, a personal look, a more personal approach on everybody's file.
100%, and I can testify to that. And one thing that I like to do is when I work with a credit repair company, and honestly, I think the experience with Gold Coast has been great because I was a client myself. So you know, you, Al, and Seth have helped me so much to bring my credit up. You know, one thing that I needed to do in my credit is to get rid of this you know, student loans I had in my credit, and that's something that I needed to be able to do to be able to buy another investment property. So that's something that I haven't seen in any other credit repair company that are able to remove items that are, you know, in the credit that are for other, you know, credit agencies is very hard to do. And I feel like you guys do things, you guys go out of the way and do things that I've never seen anybody do.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's go ahead by saying, you know, you were a personal customer. We took care of what we needed to take care of. We don't need to talk about what we needed to take care of, but we did work really quickly on your file. It takes anywhere from 30 to 120 days to get your file repaired.
Mm-hmm.
All depends on what you need to get removed. Everybody's file is different. Some files are more complicated. Those could take up to 6 months, sometimes even a year if there's a bankruptcy on there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're known for removing any type of negative item, whether it's a student loan, bankruptcy, negative late payment. The client and us, we go through it. It's a very long process. As far as we go through the file very intensively with the client, and we go over which items that the client wants removed. We speak to them. They say, "Hey, we want this removed. We want that removed," or we say, "Okay, I think you should remove this, and your score is going to go up." Or pay down this. Remember, it's a joint process between us with the customer. The customer also needs to sometimes pay down certain cards or certain debts in order for their score to go up.
Of course.
So,
and I feel like this is like a relationship that you create with the client. I think it's important that the clients know this, that when you're working with a reputable credit repair company as Gold Coast, it's important that they have a relationship, because it's having good credit is a continuous thing. You have to constantly improve it, you know, because some things are gonna trigger lower credit score, like you said. So So tell me how you guys make that continuation with the client and following up through the process of them getting to their goal of having good credit.
Sure. So there's two ways that the client could reach out to us. One, they could either give us a call. Two, they could either text us or shoot us a message on WhatsApp. We're very responsive. If we don't get back to you, it'll probably take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, or sometimes maybe even up to an hour. We're very responsive very quickly, or the client could go ahead and check their credit themselves at any credit monitoring service that they choose to have, or they want to check on Credit Karma. As long as it has today's date, that's all that matters. Credit Karma is not that accurate, but we do have a company that we do work with, which is checkmybureaus.com. The client would keep us monthly subscription with it. It's $29. It's not the end of the world. It could go anywhere from 1 to 6 months, and they could go on there and check. Or we have a different way. We actually have our own portal where they could go on and they could see the items that were removed, see if the score went up or down. And if they have any questions, they could either send us a message on WhatsApp, call us, text us, email us, or they could actually go on to the portal and shoot us a message directly. And one of our representatives will get back to them shortly.
Awesome.
90% of the time, 80% of the time, you'll probably be dealing with me. And the sales, the customer service. We do have a customer service team that we deal with here in the US. I also want to mention that we are FICO certified. We're also bonded, licensed, and insured in all states of America. So if you have to worry about anything, we take cybersecurity very well here, where we basically have the best cybersecurity technology, where your information is safe. Again, we're licensed, bonded, and insured, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. We're doing this for over 15 years. We have customers, a lot of clients, and all of our clients till today, we're very happy. You know, you do have one or two people that are, you know, they're not happy because maybe their score didn't go up. But then when they realize that there's a rebuilding process, and they have to actually rebuild their credit, which we do help with that also. We do have a rebuilding program where we show you what cards to get, if they're secured, if they're not secured. And we tell the clients how they should get their credit started, how they should get things going. And we show them. Now, there's something that we didn't mention. I just want to let everybody know that we do remove inquiries that are not associated to open accounts. Now I'm going to let talk here.
Uh-huh.
Well, just that after every round that we do send out a personalized message to the client, informing them the updates and what's going on. And that's all I was trying to add to that. But yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. I think that's great because my, you know, like I said, I'm speaking from experience. I like to have my credit clean, and I think I'm always educating the clients that come to me on how they can maximize their credit, and we're gonna do another video about that. But the fact that you guys can, the added value of your credit repair company, the way I see it, is that you guys are only educating the client, not only taking off, because a lot of credit repair companies, they just care about taking off the negative items, getting paid, but you guys are showing the client how to build credit, how to get better credit, how to get business credit, you know, so it's good.
That's something that we deal with also.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let
we offer that everything from credit building, on the personal side, and then once your personal credit is good, then we could work on your business credit if you want, and that's a whole other section that we deal with, which is everything from setting up the EIN properly, because that's something a lot of people don't understand, so that you're presentable to the banks and lenders, and then help building it up as well, the credit profile, and then once you're set up, then you'll be able to go for funding that'll just be under your EIN. So it's not going to affect your personal credit.
I know we're not doing questions yet, but I just wanted to answer this particular person's question really quickly because they keep asking the question, how do you remove remarks on your credit report? If you're talking about remarks as far as a remark saying that the item is under dispute and you're trying to get a mortgage, which we'll talk about in a few minutes here and explain what Doris does and what she actually does for a living. If you're talking about if this gentleman here by the name of AGRAW3230, if you're asking about the removing the negative remarks on your credit report, or you're asking about the item where it will say that it's under dispute. If the item's saying that it's under dispute, you just have to contact the credit bureaus. You probably can't get a mortgage because the banks and the underwriters don't want to see that item under dispute while you're in the underwriting process, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. You can call up the credit bureaus and you could remove those remarks on the credit report yourself if it's saying that this item is under dispute. And the creditors, they don't have a problem removing it, or the credit bureau. But if you had something under dispute, it will show up that you previously had something under dispute. When we see that, we don't take it as a red flag. We'll still take you in as a client. We'll still work on your file. But keep in mind that there are remarks that get on your credit that will say that this item is under dispute. That just means that you put it under dispute, or the creditor put it under dispute, or the credit bureau put it under dispute.
Yeah, most of the time is that the clients try to do it on their own.
Yes.
And that way, and
it
doesn't get anywhere. So that's probably why it's under dispute.
Yeah, it's like your taxes. You could do it under yourself, or you could hire a professional. We're doing this for a long time. And I just wanted to bring up what Doris does. Doris does mortgages in the state of Florida. What other state?
I do Florida, Texas, and I have other states. I have some banks that I can lend in all states as well.
Okay,
so but my main is Florida.
If anybody's looking for a mortgage, she works with really good appraisals, so she'll be able to get you the full value for the home, and she'll probably be able to get you competitive rates. I know rates went up, but now rates are starting to come down a little bit, but they are where they should be. And if you can't afford the monthly payment, then you shouldn't be buying a house. But if your house is in foreclosure or you have an issue, we could help you fix that in the future. We could help you basically fix any situation you get into. There isn't one situation that I haven't seen yet, but I'm sure there are a lot because you learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's, repos, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've seen, foreclosures, bankruptcies, late payment. It wasn't your fault. Was your fault. It doesn't really matter. We don't care about the story. We don't care if you were in a divorce. We don't want to hear the story. We just want to know what needs to be done and how we're going to do it and how we're going to do it together with the client. And we're also going to show the client what they need to do in the future to better themselves and to better their credit.
Exactly. That's awesome. Albert, tell us a little bit about, like you said, you mentioned more or less, how long would it take to fix the credit for a client on average? It's what, 6 months?
It takes anywhere from 30 to 120 days. Start seeing results in about 30 to 45 days. Something's coming off in 30 to 45 days. Even if you've used 10 companies before, 100 companies before, once we get the file, we're going to get something done on it. That I can assure you.
Okay.
It might take a little longer because you had 15 people play with your file. Who knows what they did? I don't care what they did. We're going to do what we need to do. That is 100% compliant and 100% legal to getting the items removed off of your credit. And that's why we're licensed, bonded, and insured. Not too many people are, not too many companies are. It's very difficult, very hard to get.
I think one thing we should mention that people also have a doubt about is that, you're removing the negative item from the credits. You're not erasing the debt. It stays with, the company, whatever happened, but you're not negotiating that debt with the company.
Correct.
You're disputing the validation of the debt in some cases, right? Am I right about that?
Yes, not more like the validation. We have different methods, but
right.
As far as that, your point there, 100%, we do not erase debt. The debt does exist and will go on with you. Afterwards, you could call up the creditor and settle it. Sometimes, you don't need to. It just kind of goes away. Sometimes they sell it. If it comes back on as another item or a different name or a different account, we will remove it off for you again. we do right now, we just rolled out our new program where we're helping a lot of people with the price because a lot of people can't afford the one-time fee or so we have an initiation fee of $499
Which is very
and
affordable.
which is
Very
very
affordable. I mean,
affordable. If you can't afford $499, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but just don't even call us.
no,
Uh,
$4.99 you can spend in
anyways,
anything. I
yeah,
mean, the most important thing is your
yeah.
credit. I mean, in the United States, the most important thing that you need to have is credit above even cash.
It's so,
Like,
People will buy a T-shirt for $400 before
exactly,
this.
exactly,
you got to look
100%.
at it at the long-term view. It's not just to fix your credit to buy a car, to fix your credit to buy a house. There's a lot of things you're going to need it for. Sometimes jobs. Sometimes you're going to need your credit for anything.
Any
There's so many. You never know. You might be in a bind where you need a credit card because you have an emergency on your home and you need to spend $15,000-$20,000 fixing your roof, or call up one of those roofing companies that offer financing and they can't get you approved. You know, we
yes.
we do work with a lot of those companies, those vendors, where they have accesses for their clients to get approved for solar or whatever, and we help them, and they're able to get their clients approved, and they're able to get roofs and stuff. But not trying to go off topic, but like you said, we do not handle debt. If you owe, you owe it. It comes off your report. If you got away with it, good luck. If you have to pay it eventually, you have to pay it eventually.
And I think
90% of our clients, 99% of our clients don't pay back.
this budget is so good that I think we should be doing a live video every week about it,
Sure.
where we come up and talk a little bit about some scenarios and how we can, how we can work on the credit as fast, as having, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is that it takes, and how valuable is this, the value that you guys bring to the table, versus any other company, because
I mean,
at the end of the day,
charge $99.
right. And
You went
it's
free.
like I said, it was $99 a month, right? How much is it the monthly?
So it's $499 as an initiation fee, and then it's $99 a month. We'll be running that special all summer long. We have enough room. We have enough people that work for us that we could take on 10,000 files. It's not. We could take them on. We have the team to take it on. But I'm just gonna say this: we might not be doing it at the end of the summer. So this could just be a summer kind of promotion. We're just trying to help people back because it's September. Things might change. The economy might get better. So if that's the case, we go back to our regular price where we used to
And
charge.
one thing I want to mention, you touched on the subject of interest rates. There's a difference between having a 620 credit score, a 640, a 680, or a 700 credit score. It makes such a difference on the interest rate that you're getting. And especially now where interest rates are higher, your monthly payment could be so much better when you have a good credit. So it's not only the fact that you're going to be able to buy a property or to buy a car or to get a credit card, but the better your credit is the better interest rate you're going to get, especially now that the interest rates have risen so much. So even if you have, let's say, like in my case, when I started it, I had decent credit. I didn't have, I was not in the 700. I think I was around 640, 650, but I was able to go all the way to 740. And I wanted to do it because I wanted to get the best rate possible on my mortgage. So this is not only for people that have bad credit.
Mortgages.
Mortgages. Well, I don't want to, like, you understand, but like, I don't want to brag too much about it. It's not about me. I just want to kind of emphasize that even if you have decent credit, you should be taking advantage of the service that you guys offer of being able to get your credit at the next level, 700, 800 credit score.
We have credit building. So
Yes.
even if you don't
Credit
have
building.
necessarily something bad on your credit report that's hurting you, we have products that can help build your score and raise it up
Love it.
even more.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
Okay.
amazing.
If anybody has any questions, I left the website there. We're going to pin it. If anybody has any questions, they could send me a direct message. If anyone has any questions for Doris, you could send it to her. You could direct message her. If you're in the market for a mortgage, you could contact her. She has very aggressive rates, and she'll probably be able to get you done.
Okay,
If
perfect. And then
you need credit, we'll fix your credit, and then we'll send you back to Doris.
awesome. I'm going to also share the portal, and I'm going to share a video. I speak Spanish for the clients that don't speak English. So we're going to do later on, I'm going to do another short reel and a short video talking about in Spanish about credit repair. And we'll try to do this, like I said, let's try to do this more often because that way we can educate people and they can ask all the questions they need.
Sure. We're also going to go on Instagram Live. We have a lot of interesting guests up and coming, people that used to work for American Express that are going to share underwriting secrets, people that used to work for, for the credit bureau. We're going to have to blur their face, but we have some interesting guests coming along, and it's going to be super wild, the things that we have coming. And if anyone has any questions, just let us know, give us a call or shoot us a DM, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to doing this.
Sure. Thank you. Great day.
Bye-bye.